Oh, let's see if this works. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully this does. I am trying this live stream in a horizontal viewing here, so let's see if it works. I have never done this before. Seems to be all right. I don't know if I can. There we go. Hey, Blake, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Just out here at camp. Thought I would do a little live stream here and see how it goes. Sitting here fireside, and I had one of my buddies told me that this is a whole lot easier to see the live stream if you do it horizontal. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is my first time ever doing it horizontal here. Hey, Woodsman, good to see you, buddy. Had to get your headphones on. I understand that. Well, we're out here camping. Beautiful weekend. I couldn't ask for any better weather. I had to wait a little bit for the stream here to. Let me move this over so I can see that. There, that way the chat's not covered up. All right, so yeah, like I said, beautiful weekend, great weather. Who else we got? We got Lower Michigan Adventures. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're out there doing your best work. The weather out here has been absolutely perfect. It was a little breezy earlier. I would have gone live then, but I held off. At a park earlier, riding and fishing. Oh, it's good to see everybody. Yeah, I'll give you a look-see around here. We'll give them a minute for see if anybody else joins us, and then I'll give you a look-see around camp here. But yeah, the weather's been perfect. Let's see, last night I think it got down into the 40s, and it's supposed to do the same tonight. Perfect, perfect, absolutely perfect sleeping weather. And I got the tent tonight, so I didn't use the sleeping bag or the hammock setup that I got. I got it with me, but I just decided to use the tent this time. I got a different setup that I tried uh, 2 weeks ago, and I liked it. Usually, I'm up the hill here in where it's surrounded by the edge of the woods, and I like that. But this setup here is a little more conducive to having the tent up with the tarp and everything, and I practically I could actually park the vehicle under the tarp. It's so big, but it's really comfortable. Wonder one thing. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, you driving home from the meetup? Yeah, I saw you guys were having that meetup. Get to meet up with the Fatwood Queen, and she's been putting out a lot of videos I've seen here lately on that. But yeah, so this site also had a large pine tree that basically broke off, and it fell right across, literally right behind me here. And the park guys came and cleaned it up. This is state park, so they took care of cleaning all that up for me, or for Yeah, I'll say for me. Yeah, they did it for me. When I was here 2 weeks ago, it had fallen, I think, on either Monday or Tuesday, and then I was here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's still a lot of the wood left here. Well, I'll tell you what, since we got, now we've got people in here, let's see if we can do this without messing it up. I'm going to flip the camera here. There we go. See, there's my fire. I got some firewood. Got more wood over here. Then I got my large tarp. That's again the gold armor. You can see the logo up here. It's been a very good tarp. It's been through 3 rains already, and no leaks, no problems with it, no stitchings come undone. And then I've got my Garden V Pro telescopic poles that work here. I got 6 of them, so I've got 2 of them set up here in the middle. You can see there and there. And nice thing about it is I can put the tent. Now, you guys keep in mind, I told you this is a big tarp. That tent is set up right at the edge of it, and it is halfway, so it's 20 foot. So I've got another, there's the halfway point, another 10 foot all the way over to there. And then, of course, I got the picnic table pulled up. I could pull it a little further underneath, but state parks like to make sure nobody steals the picnic tables, so it is cabled to the ground. But yeah, I could have pulled that up a little further under, but kind of like it half and half. And then, of course, like I said, there's still going to be lots of firewood left over. And this is all from that tree breaking off right up there. And that happened during a windstorm. But like I said, I got my recliner out here, my zero gravity chair, and then my little short table. I've got a taller table. And then you can see, I can back right up here to the edge of the tent. I could actually pull that in, swing this around. I could have backed that all the way up inside and been under the tarp. So these large tarps is a lightweight tarp. Doesn't weigh very much, but it does the job. Then of course I got my lights. And this is courtesy of 210 Outdoors telling me about this light. It looks pretty cool. You can see I've got it strung across, all the way across over, and then down. It actually goes down from there in front of the tent, so it does a good job of lighting up underneath this. So kudos to 210 Outdoors for that suggestion there. It was worked out really well. Now I got a different one than what he got. So I've got the yellow lights, and then it can flash in multicolor or kind of a slow flash in the multicolor. And then of course it's got other lights that can go. It's got a flashlight on the bottom of it there too. But definitely worth it. It's a good lighting system for, uh, even for a tarp this big. It's not overpowering. When you're using it, you're not so bright that it, uh, what I like to say, purple rains your neighbors. Everybody hopefully knows what the purple rain is by now. So I got some neighbors out here. I've got, of course, the RV over there, and a couple people back around over there. And yeah, I've got some neighbors. But yeah, the pine, uh, it's a white pine. So yes, it does have fat wood in it. Um, Unfortunately, really, if it's going to have a lot of fat wood in it, uh, and have it consolidated, it would have to sit for a while. And uh, this is, this is a public, state campground. So basically, they allow you to pick up the wood from the ground out here and use it for your campfires. Uh, you just can't cut down live trees for it, and so therefore everybody's just going to wipe out the uh, the wood. I imagine another 2 or 3 weeks, and the majority of this will be gone. So this wood pile here, I gathered up some from off back over that way, and then cut it up and split it up so that it would burn good. And then of course I got my chopping stump there. I take that with me because it's always nice to have something to split wood on, and that's what I split all this wood here with. You can see all that stuff. That's a good bit of split up wood right there. That'll last me tonight and tomorrow morning. I'll probably call it a day after that. And I'm back. Just like that. It's almost like it was magic. I gotta get this adjusted. I gotta remember that the camera's over on this end of the phone, and I'm used to it being up top, so I keep wanting to adjust according to it being up top, but it's not. Here we go. That way, so the text shows up on this side of the screen here, and it makes it easier to read. I kind of like it this way. Like 210 said, he's the one that told me about how to be able to do this. And so, if you guys don't know, when you are setting up your live stream, there is a picture of the phone in the setup on the right side of the screen. It's the last bottom icon, and if you select that, it'll change your orientation, and that's how it set it so we can do a horizontal live. And hopefully you guys aren't having to turn your phone. Uh, if anybody's if it's not working out for anybody, let me know. Uh, let's see if I. There we go. I always try to figure out how to see the. And just so you know, the text will disappear off the screen, and then you gotta do a little scrolling. So if you guys see me reaching up here, it's because I'm trying to scroll it to be able to see it after it's disappeared. But yeah, I've been out here doing basically number one, enjoying the weather. The fact that it's not been so humid, that everything feels wet and muggy, and the mosquitoes are still they're around. Not too bad though. Better than it has been, 2 weeks ago. Man, it was. They were thicker than bugs on a bumper. But so, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Like I said, I haven't been out here for 2 weeks. I was out here last on my birthday weekend, and last weekend probably would have been okay to come out, but I was just so over the everything feeling like it's just soaked. And now the weather is beautiful. Uh, I'm surprised there hasn't been more campers out here. There've been a lot of people that do the what I call the strolling through the campground thing. I know a lot of the locals up the road a ways. They ride their bikes down here. Uh, uh, so, Jimmy, they don't promote your when it's horizontal. They don't promote it. I haven't seen that. Uh, everybody's that I've seen has done a live horizontal. Go back and kind of compare the views to uh, everybody else's, and it looks to be doing about the same amount of views as if they had done it uh, vertical versus horizontal. So I haven't seen any differences in the promoting of it. Uh, Now, maybe there might be a difference as far as the because YouTube promotes the live streams in a different manner. So if you are scrolling through looking at shorts, you could come across somebody's live stream and it's in a uh, vertical scenario, and maybe that's why it's not getting as much promotion. Uh, in that case, I would tend to agree, but I also feel like what you're getting mainly you made my live stream, so I guess now's your chance to give it back to me. But so anyway, I was talking about the vertical versus horizontal live streams and the way YouTube promotes it. Um, I feel like if I did it vertical, I would get a lot of people that are just scrolling through shorts and just happen to come across it. And that's where you kind of open yourself up to, I would say, you subject yourself to more people. Uh, I guess kind of. Uh, I haven't had it happen too much. I know Ozark's Great Adventures has that happen. Uh, yeah, trolls, wonderful trolls. They give you watch time, but and sometimes it's like they're trolling you, but it's no big deal. They're not really doing major harm, but it does get annoying. They try to get you to say things that you don't want to. Okay, so you get a big difference in the views. Yeah. Yeah, see, I think the vertical views, you get more of your subscriber base and people that are more in your niche. Of course, not really sure where my niche is. I like to do camping, like to do fishing, like to do a little bushcrafting. So, yeah, I've got good monitors. Uh, I've got o- uh, Ozark Woodsman Stories and more. I got 2 guys in the Ozarks. You know, I got good. Uh, yeah, I'm in the Herbert. Yeah, yeah. Mainly after it there, guys. I've been. I wouldn't call it trolling him, but yeah, I've put in a few funny comments here and there, just to sometimes it changes the mood of people that get take things so seriously. And I like the fact that you got the tractor and call it a Lamborghini, the Lambo tractor. Yeah, banter and dad jokes. Yes, yes, definitely. So I like to do that kind of stuff. As long as it entertains people. I mean, you know, a lot of what this is about is entertainment. Um, yeah, identifies as a Lambo. Yeah, absolutely. And then we saw the Lambo the other day. Of course, I think that boat was your buddy's, wasn't it? Uh, I unfortunately got distracted, so I didn't get to see. You were trying to decide, or you were kind of taking bets on what was caught first, whether it was a bass or I think you said pike. So I never did get to finish seeing what was caught first. You guys are wondering, I'm feeding the fire over here, giving it a little something to keep it going. And I'm sure it's a whole lot prettier to look at than me. Look at me, I'm looking all scraggly and everything here. Needing to get to the barber. But hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. I know I am. The weather out here is just, I mean, you could see how gorgeous it is out here. I mean, temperatures, gorgeous. I'll tell you what, I'll cut some of this off and send it to you. You can tape it on, or glue it on, whatever. Yeah, I'm long overdue for a haircut. I just hate going because I swear they never cut it right. I tell them every single time that if they cut it and take 20 years off, they make a big tip. They never do. Never do. Never taken 20 years off. Matter of fact, I probably look like I got 20 years added on when I do. But that's all right. It happens. Well, that wood just does not burn as fast as that seasoned wood. If anybody wonders the difference between seasoned wood burning and uh, I wouldn't call it totally green. I'll show you what the difference is here. We'll flip this around. Now, if that was seasoned wood, that'd be burning like crazy by now. So it's somewhat green. It's going to put out more smoke. I've got some of this wood's dried out, but hey, it's free firewood. I mean, what more could you ask for? Yes, this is my favorite campground to go to. Grizzly Warrior, hello. Glad to see you. I'm just finish setting the cam here and flip it back. There we go. We're back. And of course, I have a nice spot for a view of the stars out here. Last night it was kind of hazy, so I'm hoping tonight I'll get a good view of the stars. I always like like being able to sit out after it's dark and everything's quieted down and just sit out. Sometimes you see a few shooting stars, and maybe one of these days we'll see you know, one of those things we don't talk about. The take me to your leader. Absolutely, mainly. uh, yeah, sometimes I probably take, get things, the dad jokes going a little bit too much, and I don't mean to do that. I just like to have a little fun every now and then. I was the class clown. I was the guy in the back of the class cutting jokes and whatnot. So yeah, it's just in my nature, you know. That's the way it is. Hey, two guys. Oh, hey, I understand. Uh, Now, two guys, did you go to another? What was that? The Midwest Bushcraft? Was that another thing, or was that just some kind of local event? I know you said that you sent me a video in our text chat about uh, learning the friction fire. So I didn't get to see. Uh, we'll get to see if it's when your video comes up. No, the wood that I've got here that's all split up that I'm using for the fire, that's actually pine. So that's the white pine. Okay, so you were at the local class there. Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys are in the Ozarks there, that area, so you have more of those type of activities going on. Unlike here, we have none of that. I guess, uh, in a state that's pretty much uh, farmers, farmers, farmers. Everywhere you look, farmers. That's okay if you're behind. Gotta get some more dried wood on here going because that green wood's not taking off very well. Throw a couple of dry pieces on there. Of course, then again, once it heats up this green wood and gets it kind of dried out, then it takes off. There we go. That should get it going. But the nice thing is it's a slow burn. So River Valley Bushcraft event, no close to you. And I'm not sure what you mean there about the River Valley. Um, was that where you're at, or are you asking about here? Because, like I said, this area has nothing, and you can tell that by I'm sure I've said it before. Uh, yeah, crop farming. Yeah, that's all it is. Uh, I'm surprised that the crop dusters, of course, now they're probably done flying, but I know when I was here 2 weeks ago, they were still running. The crop dusters were flying over, and I didn't hear the races. Usually the races, Forest City, Illinois. That is on the other side of Peoria. Um, I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard anything about that, because I know, like I said, you can go to the flea markets, the thrift shops, stuff like that. You won't find hardly anything to do with the outdoors other than, uh, maybe an occasional tent or maybe a Coleman stove or two, and that's about it. You you won't find, even on the market Facebook marketplace, you don't find hardly any camping gear other than what people went to Walmart, spent $500 on to go camping in a weekend, and then came back and it's on marketplace on Monday because they couldn't handle camping. And I feel sorry for them. They haven't gotten to feel the full experience of it. I mean, this is a beautiful campground. It's mainly pine. Uh, we do have some hickory bordering us, um, and a couple other styles of trees around here. I know I know there's some cedar back over this way, and then there was I think it was a cherrywood tree over here that uh, I guess the winds blew it down over the road, so they cut it up recently. But like I said, what this is known for is a human planted pine forest. So the trees that are scattered in here, I don't know if they were here. They seem to be about the same size as these pines, so I don't know if they planted the pines around what trees were here or what happened. But that fire is just struggling. It needs some help. Oh, okay. I appreciate that too, guys. Matt, uh, that's awesome. Because, yeah, I would like to find some people in this area that are into these kind of things. Usually, the ones that I have come across that are somewhat into it. I know one guy I'd met out here. It was probably about, I want to say 3, 4 years ago. Um, he was really into the bushcrafting stuff and had a lot of cool gear and everything. But I think he was from down southern Illinois, and he, comes up here maybe once, twice a year. Used to come up a lot more, but uh, picking up pizza for the family, nice. Yeah, it is. It is nice and quiet. Um, there's, I'm surprised there's not more people out here. I think the fact that it got down into the 40s is what keeping people from being out here. Um, but you know, when I was here 2 weeks ago, that was the first time that it had gotten to the point where it was below 80 degrees at night, and I think it got down to the high 50s at night, but it was still pretty humid. But there was more campers than normal. So it was probably everybody going, it's finally cool. I can finally get out and go. And surprised that, I got one over here, one back behind me there, one over there, and one in the corner. Usually there's one, two, maybe three more sets of campers out here at least. But the fact that we've got the porta or porta potties, or not porta potties, the outhouse, the pit toilets. Yeah, that's it right there. Pit toilets. Oh, you had 6 students at the bushcrafting event. That's cool. Um, yeah, well, I'd love to get some people out here and do this stuff. Yeah, I've talked with a few people, and they said they, wished that they had classes and stuff, and I'd be more than glad to teach people stuff, especially, with having a plethora of fat wood out here. And but I'm just not sure how to go about getting it together and doing that kind of stuff just by myself. It's always good to have a second person, maybe a third. Uh, wow. I don't know if the fire's gonna make it. It is just struggling. I had a good fire going earlier. Let me show you this. See, got it's got coals down in the middle, and it's not really packed too tight. It kind of looks like it is, but it's not. Kind of see those flames, kind of licking up there, right in that area right there. So, yeah, you're right there. Uh, two guys in the Ozark there. Um, having people that are like-minded always helps with it. Especially if I miss a point, because I'm no expert on this stuff. Uh, I've learned, probably like the majority of people have learned, a lot of watching a lot of videos, but a lot of it's been trial and error. And that's the biggest thing that you got to do is you got to get out and you got to try it and then practice at it until you get good. Uh, I was practicing feather sticks yesterday. I just can't make those professional looking feather sticks like you see people in their videos, curl, 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 and they're all still attached. Mine just go flying off. Of course, it's probably a different kind of wood, you know. Uh, I basically have pine to do that with. And I don't think there's a right or wrong to it. Yes, it's nice to have it all bunched together, but I can make a bunch of curls and then take them and start them up. I can start curls with a ferro rod. Yeah, I probably kind of overdid it, but I had um, probably about 3/4 of what I got now. I did that yesterday, and I went through that all, from last night's fire and then this morning's fire for the breakfast. That is a sickly looking fire. I know a lot of it has to do because of that green wood, but keep trying to put some of the well, now it's picking back up again. It comes and it goes. Yeah, you did. That was I love that chirp, man. I've been playing around with it, trying to figure out. I don't want to do just uh, your typical uh, church starting them. I'm wanting to do it with a little finesse. I like to do things just a little bit different than everybody else is doing. Um, I was gonna. I picked up something that I was gonna. Well, actually, do. Everybody does mail calls. I kind of had a mail call, but I kind of did a birthday call. So let me go grab the stuff. All right. So if you guys saw some of the pictures I put up on my community tab, kind of saw what I did 2 weeks ago while I was out here camping. So I did a little carving, and I did that mainly with my old timer carving knife and my Mora knife. So that was just kind of to get a feel of what it was like. So I put on my desired list of things I wanted for my birthday, and I got this. And now this isn't top of the line stuff. This is just something to get me started. Of course, a pair of gloves. They say they're supposed to be kind of cut proof. I don't think it's Kevlar. Let's see if it says they're Kevlar. It just says safety gloves. Got some basswood or basswood. Sorry. So it came with some samples of that. Boy, I've discovered that that basswood is not cheap. I saw a video that I was watching of a carver that he had I would say it was probably about 1.5 feet by, I don't know, squared it was foot, and it was 1.5 feet tall. So kind of rectangular shaped a little bit. But he paid $37 for that one piece of wood. And then this is what else was in the kit. Nice little kit with different styles of knives. Got your honing board there. But yeah, thought I might learn something new. You can teach this old dog some new tricks. But yeah, thought that would be kind of interesting. So then I thought, well, that basswood's pretty expensive. What's another type of wood that would work for that? And did I get a box of Band-Aids? I've already got a box of Band-Aids. But just so you guys know, I spent up until I was laid off, I spent just right around 5 years at a plastics mold injection plant working, and you carve, or basically you have to trim off of the plastics, and I got quite proficient at it. So I do a pretty good job. I just, for some reason, I've always had a knack for that hands-on thing. So then I also added uh, some finer saws here. This is the dual-sided, like the Japanese saw, and they're flexible. Uh, but I got those for actually doing a finer, smoother cut. Because if you use like chainsaw or like a bow saw or something like that, the teeth aren't as fine, so you don't get as smooth a cut. So I've cut some smaller pieces of this white pine that I, got from this down tree here. I've got some pieces that, this was one of them. This is a white pine, and uh, it's pretty easy to carve with. So that's one of the things I've liked. Staying away from my campsite. No, actually, you'd be surprised, wasn't? Like I said, I'm pretty proficient with them. Uh, I'm actually really proficient. I'll show you. This here was one of the tools of the trade. It was a box knife, and I'm really proficient with that. So I used to be able to, or I was said it jokingly, but I'm pretty darn good with it. Uh, I could carve a serial number in the hair off of a gnat's butt. So that kind of tells you how proficient. Now that's going a bit extreme, but yes, I did get pretty good at uh, trimming things, trimming the parts with it and stuff like that. And I developed some processes showing the people how to trim the parts. And when I did, I took in mind to show them, you know, cut so that you are not cutting towards uh, like your thumb. So you don't want to cut so that the blades can come to your thumb or your fingers or your hands anywhere. Um, or if you're cutting in your lap, you got to remember you got those main arteries there. Uh, you got to watch out for those. So you got to cut away from that kind of stuff. Protect the vitals, so to speak. So, but yeah, I got that, and then I got another thing to play with. Um, I have the pocket version of this, but I decided I wanted to go bigger on this. This is another mail call item here. Taking the fun out of it. No, never do that. Uh, is a larger Fresnel lens. Fresnel, is that how you say it? It doesn't even say on there. Fresnel, Fresnel, I don't know what you call these things, but these things are awesome. I know, I think it's been probably 4 years ago, I went to meet up, and one of the guys had one of these, and we were having so much fun with it. Um, Using it to burn into things, uh, burning wood and stuff like that. And the fact that it does it so quick. I remember as a kid, you had your regular magnifying glass and you'd hold it up there and you'd wait and you'd wait and you'd wait. You'd finally start seeing a little smoke come off of it. I was seeing this, and I think our best time to get it to start seeing smoke was, I think, about 7 seconds. Yeah, a definite fire starter. But 7 seconds, we had smoke coming from it, and I think it was like 20 that we had a good ember going. Big chunk of pine tree just fell. Incoming. Of course, that happens all over out here. Now, this right here, well, let me give you an example. I do have the pocket one with me, I think. Yep. So I ordered one of those kits with the little pocket one, and I keep this in my wallet. And as you can see, it's already coming apart from being in the wallet. So yeah, this one here I have used, still works just as good. Not quite as strong as that one is, but these little pocket ones, like I said, you can order these, probably 100 of them for like $7-8, I think, on Amazon, if I recall. Maybe a little more than that. I don't remember exactly, but it's not real expensive for these things. I ordered a package of 3 of them, and I think I gave one of them away. I've got this one, then I've got another one in my kit. So I just noticed the dome light's still on in my car. I'm gonna go shut that out so I don't have a dead battery. Hang on. There we go. Now the dome light won't burn out. Get this kit back together here. Like to keep everything together in one spot. Yeah, like I said, these are supposed to be, protect your hands from when you're carving with those knives, but I don't know. Which would you choose? A leather or this? I don't know. Kind of. No, I'm not going to stick my hand in it and try to cut it and see which one works best. So don't get any bright ideas there, Matt. There's 2 Matts in the audience, so I'll let them fight over which one I was talking about. Hey, Molly, how's it going? Good to see you. No, I'm not going to test them. Because I've used the same ones, same style of gloves in the plastics plant. And, people using those box knives like I showed you, it went right through them. So the other thing I got, of course, this is for my little air mattress. Now I got for those that have been camping with me and seen the air mattress that I use on my cot, this would not work for it. But I got the little bitty box one, and of course it's got a light on it. Noisy little sucker. See, there's a light. Come on. Strobe. But yeah, USB rechargeable. With these little pumps. But the another thing that, a lot of people see these pumps and they think, oh yeah, they're great for uh, airing up your mattress. But another thing, these little things just lock on, and that's for your smaller, finer ones. For L lens. Is that how you say it? Did I say it right? Yeah. Molly was there. She saw how we had a blast with that thing. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to get the loud hump for those, but just wanted to see how noisy this thing is. But you put that on there, and you can also use it to aerate your fire and get it going good. So multi-purpose. We like multi-purpose tools. Accomplish many tasks. Hey Grace, how's it going? Just out here at camp, enjoying the weather. Uh, it's been the first beautiful weekend since probably uh, mid-May. Then's when it started getting muggy, and it would rain like every 2 or 3 days. It always stayed muggy and so much humidity in the air. So it was horrible. But I also got the snake skin for the tarp for the One Wind hammock. I got that for birthday. Hey Cornfed, how's it going? You probably didn't see that, but this looked familiar. That was something that Rob there and Molly and them, they were on that meetup that we did. We had, I think about 8 different YouTube channels, 8 or 9 YouTube channels there that were represented. It was a great time had by all. So this slow burning fire, I have not added any wood to. Flip this around so you guys can see it. That's what it's looking like. It's a nice thing about this it being green wood. It burns slow. About to have it fall out. There we go. Now we got us a fire going. That's probably a whole lot prettier to look at than looking at me. That's for sure. So it's 74 in Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, I'm at my usual campground. I always call it Camp Comewatchame, but it's actually goes by a different name. I don't give it out anymore because I know I used to promote this on Google So, whenever you go places, Google used to be big on, uh, you giving a review of the place that you've been and let everybody know what you thought of it. And I did that for a while, and I was starting to see a lot more traffic here at my campground. So I kind of backed off from that. You know, keep it to myself. It's not like it's a secret; anybody could find it. Let's see. So you haven't been in a while. Where are you gonna move to there, Rob? I hope you're still getting out and going fishing. That's something, you know. I know you do a lot of fishing. Oh man, you missed it all. I was out there doing a fire dance and everything, man. Fresno, yeah. Oh, what power on that? Good question. I don't know if it says on there. Actually does not. Tell you what I'll do. I'll once this video's over with and I get a chance, I'll put in the comments linked for it for Amazon and show you. I was really wanting to uh, actually pull it out and use it to. Uh, I was going to do one of my campfire science experiments and try to use it with charwood and see what it did, see how it reacted. Because I always like doing things that, somebody could tell me how it would react, but I want to see it. So, if I want to see it, then I'll probably record it and let everybody else see it, see how it reacts. So, I've done some different experiments of different woods, turning it into charwood and then lighting it with a ferro rod. So I thought, why not use the lens and see what it does, see how it lights it. Still fishing every weekend. That's good. Yeah, I hear from 210 every so often. He's got some business that he's taking care of right now, so he's kind of stepped away from the camera for a little bit, um, but he's still doing good. Uh, we just always keep him in our prayers. Uh, yeah, yeah, you know, it almost seems like when one piece of us is missing, it feels like you know the universe is just not quite right. But he's still with us in spirit. Yeah, he'll be back. We'll do. We'll do. Definitely, we'll do that. That's, yeah. I know we're looking at another meetup of the group in. Think we think we decided February. I'll have to look back on that and see when they decided that we're going to have another meetup. Yeah, that was definitely. I think he's on to something there of telling the deals of where he found stuff. Because I mean, like I said, I bought the lights uh, that I've got up under the tarp. Based on his recommendation, and of course now it's getting a little bit darker. So let's just walk over there so we can see how well those lights work. And I keep seeing multiple sources for these, so a lot of different suppliers for them, but you'll know the brand when it's got that logo on it. But see how well that lights that up? Works pretty good. And that's, I think, a 30-foot reel for that. So these are definitely a good deal. They're not overpowering. I actually have an inside ridge line that I always run, so I can hang those on. But yeah, there are a lot of channels that do like gear reviews and stuff like that. But the unique thing about him doing that is he's not doing a review on the product. He's showing us great deals on the product. And that's something that's a little bit unique on it that other people have not done. So I might just leave those on now. It's starting to, let's see, sun's below the tree line, so it'll get dark here in a little bit. And I'll show you. So you can see the wood that green wood that I put on there is finally just about burned up, but it didn't get overpowering. Yeah, I, I, I know exactly what you mean. I I remember those days of even when I was a kid. It was like that. The cans of pop or whatever sitting around. Is like, is that yours? Is that mine? Whose is that? So, but yeah, kind of missed that from 210. Him showing the items that he found at good deals, and especially that it's multiple stores, or whether it be online Amazon or Menards, uh, Walmart, different places like that. So it's a good variety and very entertaining. So I think he's definitely on to something like that. So been kind of missing it. I almost felt like maybe picking up and doing it a little bit till he comes back. And yes, I'm using the cheaters. You got to realize, in order to get all of this in the view, I'm back probably about 4 foot from it. So yes, I'm going to use the grabbers, the cheaters. Okay, glamping maybe. Smart, yes. Because, you know, if you don't take care of yourself, if you uh, don't lift right or things like that, then you could hurt yourself. And I just want to, you know, I'm out here to enjoy this. So I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself. Then so be it. Plus, I'm getting old and you got me there, mainly. You got me. That's okay. You guys just bring it. Bring it. I can take it. I give enough of it on you guys' live streams, so it's only fair. I can take it. I can. I got this under control. Yeah, it's all right. I'm all right. I got this. Tell me all you want to. That's all right. I know it's all in fun. And now we got the waiting game. It'll be another 15 minutes before that gets going good. But like I said, I can take it. I'll be all right. Don't worry about me. In case y'all wondered, I'm fine. But, well, folks, I have enjoyed this. It's good to see everybody. I know I've been off for a little bit, just been kind of uh, frustrated with the weather and it being so muggy. And you know, I mean, it was the same all over. Everybody, you know, I was talking with was talking about how it's been so hot. Uh, I wouldn't I wouldn't say a dry heat. It was definitely a lot of humidity, especially here. Now, you know, if it were in Utah, I know some of the guys I know out there were talking. You know, they were hitting the 100 teens temperatures, and I wouldn't want to live there. Um, but like I said, I've enjoyed this. It's starting to get kind of dark, and uh, I know the camera doesn't show it, but it is. You know, I trip and fall. When I'm getting old, you know, I'm like a senior citizen level. Not quite, but I'm getting there. But we're going to wrap things up here. I appreciate everybody watching. Um, I miss doing this, and like I said, the with the weather being like it was, it kind of got me uh, a little, I guess, hanging around the house a little more than I should have. I could have gone out and done some things, you know, maybe done a hike or something, but like I said, it's just not enjoyable when, you know, you feel like all your clothes are soaked and, you know, everything you touch is wet. So, but now we're in for some good weather. Get out and do some more camping, maybe do some hikes, and do some experimenting with the Fresnel, the lens. Yeah, the fire lens. And I got the bigger one now, so I'm kind of, you know, I kind of wish I had one of those lenses from the big TV. I've seen, you know, people use those too, and they're actually burning through rocks and some metals and stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to have one of those. But I think I'm okay with this level of lens. And got the carving kit, so we'll try a little carving here, see what we can do with it. All right, folks, we're going to call it an evening. I thank everybody for coming out. I want to remind you to be kind to each other, and uh, we'll see what we can do on the next adventure. We'll catch you next time. Love y'all.